Vincent, are you here? Okay. You'll have 6 minutes. And Debbie, could you state your name and the city you live in? Thank you.
Hello. All right, it works. Well, despite everything you've heard, I like cows. My name is Vincent Ruvolo, Gilbert resident for the past 3 years. I like animals, I like cows. Tenderloin, ribeye, strip, doesn't matter, it's all the same to me. The reality is, the cows are a bit of a nuisance, a threat to property and public safety. I can't go outside, walk the dog at night without the concern of a raging bull skewering me like Vlad the Impaler. If livestock rushes the road and destroys my vehicle and causes bodily injury, Arizona Revised Statute 3-1311 and 3-1421 says I am responsible for the damages to my vehicle and not the livestock owner. I'm also required by 28-667 to report the accident to law enforcement, and failure to report may incur criminal penalties tantamount to a hit and run. Last month, I was 5 feet away from great bodily injury or death, once by passing directly through a gap between 2 cows while on my motorcycle, and another face-to-face with 5 livestock animals on my property. It's important to mention Arizona Revised Statute 13-3112. Arizona is a constitutional carry state with or without a permit. 13-405, 13-411 stand your ground law, meaning there is no duty to retreat before using deadly force in a place where you have a legal right to be. Use of deadly force is justified if you reasonably believe it is necessary to prevent imminent death or great bodily harm. 13-407, 13-408, 13-409 Castle Doctrine is the use of deadly force to defend their home or vehicle without the duty to retreat. Should anybody, any of the residents, find themselves in a lawful self-defense situation against the cow, the only expenses they should incur is a meat freezer and a trip to the butcher. Under Arizona Statute Title 3, Chapter 11, Article 8, no fence districts, the Maricopa County Clerk of the Board of Supervisors Office maintains, and I quote, "The Maricopa County Clerk of the Board of Supervisors Office has made every reasonable effort to obtain and maintain the no fence district maps as accurately as possible. However, this material may be dated, which would have an impact on its accuracy, and human or mechanical error remain a possibility. The clerk's office and other Maricopa County departments assume no responsibility or liability arising from the use of this data or information. The data and maps are provided without warranty of any kind, either express or implied. This information should be used for informational use and does not constitute a legal document for the description of these properties," unquote. So, to me, it looks like we have Maricopa County abdicating the responsibility or liability pertaining to the standard used to enforce anything within the no district laws. So if the state does not maintain the standard of which is the basis for enforcing statute, of what value is the statute? If one of these livestock animals threatens an individual with bodily injury or death, what choice will an individual have but to defend their life? Is the risk of strolling the Adora Trails neighborhood worth minimum of $25,000 in possible legal fees? Property damage, bodily injury up to and including death, liability for replacement of livestock up to 4 times the value of a single cow, a totaled vehicle, increased insurance. Why? Because of the HOA's failure to adequately fence off property, because of the city of Gilbert's failure to legislate and produce a solution in collaboration with the Adora Trails, because of the state of Arizona's failure to maintain 100-year-old laws such as the no fence districts, and because of a sovereign, federally protected nation's abject failure to build a wall. Root cause analysis is obviously lacking with the proposed legislative solution, as it neglects individual liability, self-defense, mitigation, and responsibility writ large. The council and congregation in attendance must understand and agree and act to avert the threats posed by the Arizona Cow Club. We're in the hundreds of thousands of dollars of property maintenance and damage in the neighborhood writ large, and we have to take action before somebody gets killed. Lastly, I'm volunteering my expertise as an auditor to dig into our HOA's records and even the state's records to determine if there is willful negligence or dereliction of duty in mitigating this crisis over the past decade. Surveillance audits, perimeter watch, fencing contracts, meetings with state representatives. I would be interested in looking into all of it. The HOA is quick to slap its residents with HOA fines due to the cow destruction, but it took 10 years of complaints to bring this issue here today. I can also audit the records of the HOA fines to ensure each resident sees a refund in full. In fact, I've already started this audit by surveying the southwestern corner of Adora Trails and witnessed 2 open pedestrian gates, at least 7 breaks in the barbed wire fence, a complete lack of fencing in other areas, inadequate and inconsistent signage regarding trespassing, and no clear delineation of property lines. That's all I have. Thank you for your time. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Our next speakers